Three great white sharks washed ashore on the same stretch of South African coastline. Their bodies intact, their livers completely gone, removed with a precision that stunned the marine biologists who examined them. No bite marks from a struggle, no torn flesh, no explanation. The great white shark is one of the most perfectly engineered killing machines in the history of life on Earth. It has been hunting these oceans for over 400 million years, surviving 5 mass extinctions that wiped out nearly everything else. It can detect a single drop of blood dissolved in 100 liters of water. It can sense the electromagnetic field produced by another animal's beating heart. For most of human history, we assumed nothing hunted it back. But off the coast of Gansbaai, South Africa, one of the highest concentrations of great white sharks on the planet, something changed in 2017. 5 great white sharks were found dead within weeks of each other, each one missing its liver, each one showing the same eerily clean wound pattern. When researchers reviewed the data from their tagged sharks, they found something that stopped them cold. Every single tagged great white in the region had fled, not retreated, not moved. Fled, swimming dozens of miles offshore in what the data described as a panic response, abandoning feeding grounds they had used for years. The culprit was a pair of orcas. Just 2 animals had emptied an entire great white population from one of the richest hunting grounds on Earth. To understand how an orca kills a great white shark, you first have to understand what separates intelligence from instinct. A great white shark is instinct perfected. Every movement, every attack, every feeding behavior is the product of hundreds of millions of years of evolutionary pressure. It does not learn new strategies. It does not adapt mid-hunt. It executes. An orcapod does something entirely different. They plan. Researchers who have studied orca predation on great white sharks describe what they see as coordinated military-style assault. It is not one animal attacking, it is a team executing a sequence, and every member of that team has a role. One orca moves to intercept the shark from the front, drawing its attention. A second flanks from below and behind. A third targets the pectoral fin. The pectoral fin is the key. Great white sharks depend on their pectoral fins for directional control. Bite down on that fin and hold it. And the shark cannot steer. It cannot dive. It cannot escape. The orca has effectively disabled the steering system of a 1,500-kilogram predator using nothing but timing and positioning. What happens next is one of the most calculated acts of predation ever documented in any ocean. The orca flips the shark upside down and holds it there. Great white sharks, like many shark species, enter a state called tonic immobility when inverted. Their muscles stop responding. Their bodies go limp. Scientists believe it may be related to sensory overload in the shark's lateral line system, but the exact mechanism is still being studied. What we know is the result: a 4-meter apex predator becomes completely still within seconds of being turned over. The orca then has all the time it needs. It locates the liver, the largest single organ in a great white shark's body, sometimes accounting for 25% of the animal's total weight, and packed with an oil called squalene that is extraordinarily energy-dense. The orca does not eat the whole shark. It opens the body cavity, extracts the liver, and leaves. The rest of the carcass drifts to the surface, which is how those 3 sharks ended up on the beach in Gansbaai with their bodies otherwise intact. This is not random scavenging. This is targeted, efficient, and repeated. The same technique, the same organ every time. And here is what makes it truly extraordinary. The orcas did not figure this out alone. The liver extraction technique is a learned behavior, passed from older orcas to younger ones through direct observation and practice. It is culture. These animals have developed a cuisine, and the great white shark is on the menu. The behavioral impact on great white populations has been documented across multiple regions now. In False Bay, South Africa, a great white population that researchers had tracked for years essentially collapsed after regular orca sightings began. Animals that had maintained fixed territorial ranges for over a decade abandoned them completely. One shark, tagged and tracked by the Shark Spotters program, was recorded swimming over 600 kilometers in a single movement. an abnormal, directionless flight response inconsistent with any normal feeding migration. Researchers describe the data as consistent with fear. But orcas are not the only animals on Earth capable of killing a great white shark. They are just the most methodical about it. Sperm whales, the largest toothed predators ever to exist, share territory with great white sharks across multiple oceans. At up to 18 meters long and 57,000 kilograms, a sperm whale does not need strategy. It needs only to be startled. A defensive tail strike from a sperm whale generates forces that researchers estimate could exceed 2 tons of impact pressure, enough to cause fatal blunt force trauma to a shark of any size. While direct predation of great whites by sperm whales has not been formally documented, bite marks consistent with sperm whale teeth have been found on sharks in deep water zones where both species overlap. The sperm whale does not hunt the great white. It simply cannot be hunted by one. In the coastal shallows where river systems meet the sea, a zone both species sometimes share, the saltwater crocodile presents a different kind of threat. The saltwater crocodile has the highest confirmed bite force of any animal measured, approximately 3,700 psi, compared to a great white's roughly 4,000 psi in absolute terms, but delivered through a jaw architecture designed to grip and roll rather than slice. Bull sharks, close relatives of the great white and residents of the same brackish transition zones, have been attacked and killed by large saltwater crocodiles in documented incidents in northern Australia and parts of Southeast Asia. Whether a large saltwater crocodile could kill a fully grown great white in open salt water is genuinely uncertain. The environments rarely overlap enough to produce a direct confrontation. But in the right conditions, the crocodile is not prey. What unites every animal capable of threatening a great white is not size or raw power. It is one thing the great white fundamentally lacks: adaptability. The great white shark is ancient. Its basic design has not changed significantly in tens of millions of years because it has not needed to. That design is exceptional, but it is fixed. It does not learn new responses to new threats. Orcas evolve their behavior across generations without changing their biology. They teach, they adapt, they identify the most efficient outcome and refine the technique to reach it. When a great white encounters an orca, it is not facing a bigger predator. It is facing a smarter one, and that, not tooth size, not speed, not raw mass, is why the great white runs. Those 3 sharks on the beach in Gansbaai were not the victims of some unknown monster. They were the evidence of a predator operating at a level of cognitive sophistication we are still only beginning to understand. One that has identified exactly what it wants from its prey, developed the teamwork to take it reliably, and pass that knowledge to the next generation. The great white shark has survived everything this planet has thrown at it for 400 million years. It has never had to deal with something that learns. If you want to see more of the ocean's most surprising power dynamics, hit subscribe, because next time we are looking at the animal that lives in one of the most toxic environments on Earth and somehow thrives there. Påstående, källa at Controlera. Matentkes, full-filmed sequence of orca pectoral fin plus Tonic Immobility attack on great white. Alison Towner, Shark Spotters. Research papers. 2. Tonic Immobility mechanism. Lateral line sensory overload hypothesis. Shark neurophysiology literature. 3. Liver equals up to 25% of great white body weight, squalene content. Marine biology textbooks, FLMNH. Merck. 4. Tagged shark, 600 km flight response, figure and specific source. Shark spotters. OC Arch, tracking data. 5. Maximum sperm whale weight, 57,000 kg, IUCN, cetacean size records. 6. Sperm whale bite marks documented on sharks in deep water. Peer-reviewed cetacean predation studies. 7. Comparative bite force, saltwater croc. 3,700 psi versus great white. 4,000 psi, Gregory Erickson, croc, Roe et al. Shark. 8. Documented crocodile killing bull sharks in Australia, SE Asia, News Archives, Herpetology Journals.